Hey everybody, it's Dave, and I'm joined tonight by one of my mates. It's
Hi, I'm Taylor.
first time on the channel,
Yeah.
and we're playing Marvel Champions again tonight because there's new shiny stuff being released. So tonight we're playing some Sinister Motives out of the box to try and see what it's all about, really. We haven't made any changes to the decks.
They're all standard.
They're all standard out the box. So I'm running Miles tonight, and you're running Gwen.
Yep.
Seemed quite interesting. Like literally, I've sleeved it, and we're good to go. Really, me and my son and my wife tried to beat Sandman the other night, so I've got a rough idea of how they play. But I wasn't playing Miles Morales because my son's obsessed with him, so I wasn't allowed. And Claire was playing Gwen, and Gwen seems really cool. So. She's protection out of the box. You're not normally a protection player, are you?
No, always aggression.
Or you just like hurting people.
Yeah.
And Miles is Justice, which is cool. I quite like Justice as a thing. He seems really interesting though. So like he's got 4 recover. He's only got 9 hit points, but his alter ego ability is after you change this form, shuffle 1 Spider-Man card from your discard pile into your deck. And in Hero, he's got 2 attack, 2 thwart, and 2 defense. So 2/2/2 is always solid. He's a champion web warrior. It just makes me sad that Peter Parker's not a web warrior. He's got Venom Blast, which is special, deal 2 damage to an enemy, stun that enemy. Spider Camouflage, special, give Spider-Man a tough status card, confuse an enemy. So he's pretty cool. I'm excited to see him. What's Gwen do?
Yeah, Gwen again looks really cool. Hit points of 10, so good for blocking all that damage. So the action for the alter ego is to choose to either shuffle Ticket of the Multiverse from your discard pile into your deck, or you can ready George Stacy. And then when she is Ghost Spider, she's a web warrior. She has the 1/2/3, so obviously good for a protection or aggression. She has dizzying reflexes, so it's a response. After you resolve an interrupt or response ability on an event, you can ready Ghost Spider.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Seems really good, especially for event builds.
Yeah, and like protection as well, like just being able to be ready in your own turn, so you can still do something rather than just being tapped down, like not doing much. So it's gonna be interesting. Sandman beat us the other night, which wasn't wasn't great, but we're gonna give it a good old bash tonight. So he is a 1 scheme 2 attack villain. He's got 32 health this evening because he's got 16 per player. His ability is Sand Blast. Forced Interrupt. When Sandman attacks you, that attack deals indirect damage. If your identity takes any amount of damage from that attack, resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets. We were just saying before we recorded as well, like that's bad for leadership. Like,
yes.
They like just chomping with like a 1 health guy, but like Sandman says like, no, I'm just going to engulf you in sand and make you cry. So the main scheme is called Hapless Pedestrians. It's got some modular sets like normal in it. It says set up, search the encounter deck for city, streets, environment, and put it into play. Place 4 sand counters on it, which we've done. And then on the B side, it says Sandman floods the city streets with rushing sands, putting innocent bystanders in great danger. Forced response, after an acceleration token is placed on the scheme, deal 3 indirect damage to the first player. Well, that's horrible. And it has 2 threat per player, so it's even... Just reminds me of Galaxy's Most Wanted, threat starting on there. So the environment, city streets, it's got the 4 counters on it. Surging Sands. So if he gets to trigger this, it says special, place 1 sand counter here. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to the number of sand counters here. Hero action, exhaust a character you control. Remove sand counters from here equal to that character's attack. Limit once per round per player. So I think we're gonna have to try and keep the sand under control.
Yes. Hopefully with readying up, we should be able to manage it.
Yes, totally. You also said, didn't you, like he's going to burn through his deck quickly. So those acceleration tokens are going to land fast, and we're going to be taking a lot of damage by the looks of things. So we'll see how this goes. We haven't decided who's going to go first. Did you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okie dokie. Right, let's Draw opening hands. 1, 2. Oh, it's always great when you draw out because we're playing out the box. I probably normally not include Ghost Spider in my deck, but she's a wild, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, let's have a quick read of what we got here. Okay. Right. So to start off with, I'm going to spend Ghost Spider because there's no point in holding her really, for a web shooter. So similar to Peter Parker's, in fact I think it's almost the same as Peter Parker's. It has 3 web counters, a hero resource, exhaust web shooter, and remove a web counter from it, generate a wild resource. I'm going to turn into Spidey and one, 2. I'm going to swing in. So it's a thwart. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. Goodbye.
Perfect.
If you paid for this card using a science resource, which I did, off Arachnobatics, resolve Spider-Man's spider camouflage ability. So I'm going to get tough. And I'm going to confuse Sandman. Right, what are you thinking? Are you thinking I should take 2 off the city streets or punch him for 2?
I think just from the get-go, just go for a punch.
Right, we give him a wallop. So he takes 2 and goes to 30. That's me, mate.
Okay. Right, I think out of the... I'm going to put in an ally for 3. So it's going to be the Billy Braddock Spider-Man, or Spider UK. So his interrupt is when you defend against an attack, you get to deal damage to the attacking enemy equal to the number of web warrior cards you control.
Nice.
Which is quite good for a spider build there.
Definitely. 5 health as well. He's a bit chonky.
Yeah, 5 health to attack, 1 4.
Yeah. One thing we could do, just think, because it says exhausted character you control, so you could even use him to remove the sands and stuff. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Rather than taking 2 consequential damage. It just feels very themed, doesn't it? Like all the spiders.
Yeah, it seems like quite a good box. Just trying to decide whether I want to keep these cards or not or play them.
Fair enough. So you become Ghost Spider.
Yes. So I do have one here. I'll obviously consult you before I do it. So I can discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a treachery is revealed. That then gets revealed, but I get to deal 5 damage to the villain. So whether or not we want that from the beginning, or we can hold off since we've got the standard decks.
Well, 5 damage is 5 damage. It's quite a big chunk, isn't it?
Yes.
At the end of the day, we've got to see what these cards are like. We don't know. We don't know unless we try. So let's see if this is a good idea or a bad
we'll find
idea.
out now then. So that is a 0 cost event.
Okay.
So yeah, just get to discard from the top until there's a treachery.
There goes a minion, an obligation, a treachery. So there we go.
So it gets revealed. So this says, when revealed, place 2 sand counters on city streets, then resolve its Surging Stands ability. If at least 1 Sandman card was discarded this way, you are stunned.
Well, that sounds horrible.
Not a great treachery to come out, but it does do the 5 damage.
So, oh god, is it an attack as well?
It is classed as an attack.
Yes. It's a bit of a timing question here. I would have is like, if you get stunned, do you?
It does have the, so you reveal the treachery, then it's got the arrow to deal with the 5 damage.
Yeah, so you've already done it. You've already done it, yeah. Okay, so place 2 sand counters on which you've done, and then resolve its Surging Sands ability, which is put another one on, and then we discard 7 cards. Brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at new sleeves. 6, 7. Oh, there was a Sandman card there, so you are stunned. You know, viewers, correct us if we're wrong, but I think because Taylor's played that card and we're resolving the card, we resolve it in its entirety. So we would do the 5 damage, but then you get stunned by getting stuck in sand. It gets everywhere.
My other 2 cards are interrupts for defense, so I'll leave those, but I will exhaust Spider UK to remove 2 of them.
Okay, cool. Did you want to break your stun as well?
Yes, yeah, I'll break that.
Well, we did some damage. It was
not bad.
Not bad. And let's ready up.
Yeah, happy.
Yeah, okay, so it's the villain phase. He is going to get 2 threat. He is going to attack me. I don't care because I'm tough. So it's 2, 3, 4. I'll take that. He's going to attack you. Do you wish to defend?
Yeah, we'll put Spider UK in the way.
Okay, so he's attacking for 2, just for 2.
Just for 2, that's not bad.
So you can put 2 damage on him, and then you do 2 damage back to him, yeah?
When he defends against attack, deal damage equal to the number of web warriors, so I have 2, so yeah, it'd be 2 back.
23, and he'd be exhausted, wouldn't he?
Yes.
Okay, well, that was all right. He seemed, I like him. He seems really cool.
Yeah, it's a good protection card there, just to deal some damage back as well as blocking.
Definitely. Oh no, he's broken my web shooter. What an idiot. That's annoying. Didn't even get to use it. What's your one, mate?
Okay, so mine, threat or menace. So you may change form. If you're in hero form, place 2 threat on the main screen. If you're in alter ego form, you cannot change form during your next turn. If it's okay with you, I'll stay in hero form and put the 2 threat on the main screen.
Yeah, we're obviously a menace, according to J. Jonah. Okay, first player passes to you. Well, we weathered that storm, and neither of us took any damage, so Surging Sands didn't get any worse.
That's true.
So,
right. Let's have a think on this.
he seems like there's some really, really interesting cards.
Right, let me think. So I'm going to put George Stacy.
Nice.
So he's a support character. You can attach events to George Stacy, and you can be played as if they were in your hand. So the action is to exhaust George Stacy, and then you can attach 1 event from your hand face down to a maximum of 3.
That's really strong. That's really good.
So I'm assuming once they're there, you still have to spend the required resources.
Yeah.
Which just means they're not in your hand.
Yeah, which means you can just cycle, you can put I think for protection, that's fantastic, because you can put the protection events you don't, because they clog up your hand otherwise, don't they?
Yeah.
So that's really smart, I like it.
Yeah, like I've got the return the favour again. Also don't want to reveal another treachery.
Not feeling that brave, no, yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll exhaust him, and then I'll put the return the favour there.
Nice.
Just to keep it out of my hand for a minute. And then I think I'll keep those 2 for later. Would you rather me do 2 damage, or do you want me to? Actually, I'll exhaust and then remove.
Get rid of some of that
just
sand.
trying to keep that down, and then that is me.
Cool. I'm really sad that I lost my web shooter. I am
really.
yeah, I was literally. I'll have a really good turn next turn. No, Dave, no, you won't. So I'm gonna spend 2. And this one is wild, so it can count as any resource. So I'm going to do a web shot onto Sandman. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using a lightning or energy resource, which I'm going to use the wild for, resolve your Venom Blast ability. So I'm going to do 6 damage to him and stun him.
Brilliant.
Miles seems okay.
Yeah, he seems quite a good strong build at the minute.
And I think what I'll do is I'll continue my job of just getting rid of threat. I think this could be really good. So I'm going to spend 1 for Defense Mechanism, which is a upgrade. So hero response. After your hero uses a basic power, discard Defense Mechanism, resolve Spider-Man's spider camouflage ability.
Okay.
That's really smart. I like that. That's me done as well, mate. So let's ready up. I've just drawn a handful of shield cards, which seems to be the thing around him. He's very geared towards getting shield to work, which is cool. It's a nice different take on Justice.
Yeah, just got the Miles Morales Spider-Man protection card as well.
Awesome. Right, so it's villain phase. He gets 2 threat here. He is going to attack you, but he's not. He's going to attack me.
Would you want me to?
I can defend and then get the spider camouflage.
It's up to you, or I can put Spider UK in the way and it will obviously do.
Yeah, Robbie, if you don't mind, that'd be great.
Yeah,
let's do that. Let's do
That's
that.
what he's there for. It's protection card at the end of the day.
Fair enough. Okay, so he's coming in. So he's attacking for 2. Reveal this card. Attached to Sandman. So this is Sand Form. When you would deal any amount of damage to Sandman, discard Sand Form instead and resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets. So he just turns into sand. Okay, so it's 2. So you take 2 damage,
2, yeah.
and then you're going to do, 2 back. So he instead
would use that, which actually
helps us out. Yeah. So he gets another counter on here, and then it's 4 cards. 1, 2, 3. I'm always happy to see shadows go. 4. That's pretty cool. I'm liking Spider UK. I think he seems pretty
with
decent.
the 5 health, it's quite good. Just punching bag, really.
Yeah. Well, I think we've been lucky as well that Sandman hasn't really hit him hard either.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, I'll just take it.
Still got one left to take.
There's your card, bud.
Okay, so this is advance. So when the revealed villain schemes.
Okay. He's going to scheme for 4. Oh no, he's not going to scheme because he's confused. Okay. So, Sand Smash is my one. When revealed, hero, Sandman attacks you with +1 attack. I think now I could do my defense mechanism.
Yeah.
So I'm going to defend. He's going to be attacking me for 3. He'd be attacking for 6. I'm going to discard this because I'm using a basic power to defend. I'm going to resolve Spider-Man's spider camouflage, so I'm going to confuse him and gain tough and then take no damage. We've kept this nicely down.
Yeah, I think we've managed to keep it down a bit.
Yeah, really good.
That goes back
It
to you.
does. Okay, it does mean I'm exhausted this turn.
That's what I do have a card that I can do to clear the 4 threat from the main scheme. Just means I get attacked.
Okay.
So if you want to leave the threat for your go and see if you can do anything else, then
Well, I can shoot him.
Yeah.
Let's keep on. I'm going to spend a field agent and a government liaison for web shot, which is deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you pay for this card using an energy resource, which I did, use my venom blast. So I'm going to do 6 to him and stun him.
Oh wow.
Wow, he's on 11.
So like we said before we started filming, the special abilities alone are quite powerful.
Stun and confuse is
Yeah.
great. Obviously, he's not going to be as good against someone who's stalwart.
Yeah.
And there's new villains that have got this new keyword steady. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, we got to double up.
Yeah. So it's still good, but okay, and then I think I'm just gonna keep what's in my hands. It's your turn, mate.
Just trying to debate what to do. So I've got a ghost kick here. So after Ghost Spider uses a basic power, I can deal 6 damage to an enemy. So it's good. I was gonna try and focus on the main scheme, but I can only thwart for 1. But then it would be a 6 damage blow, or I can get the villain to attack me and remove 4. I've got obviously Spider-Man to play. Just debating. I think I'm going to go Ghost Kick. We're on 4 out of 9. So
it's only 18, isn't it? So we've got.
Oh yeah, of course it does.
We've got plenty of threat left.
Or he's playing solo. So.
Yeah. Taylor, you only got into it recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
You came around here, played 1 game, and then just hemorrhaged money onto the game. You've got quite a lot of it now as well, haven't you?
Yeah. So I've got the core box. I've got the Red Skull expansion. Recently got the Guardians expansion, and I've got a couple of hero packs on top. Yeah, so it's been a fun 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, like every day, I'm just going to play this one 5 times.
So yeah, I'll thwart for 1, which remove that,
Yep.
and then off the back of that, I will use those 2. So I'll play Ghost Kick.
Yep.
So I've used my basic power and now deal 6 damage to an enemy. Choose Sandman, so it takes 6.
Wow, he's on 5.
I honestly thought it wasn't going to go this well so early.
We have literally been battering the pants off him.
And then I am at full health, so I can still remove those 4 threat and take a hit, but I just won't be able to defend.
It's up to you. Like, do we need to remove? I don't know if we definitely need to remove.
No, it's
it at
still
this
quite
time.
early on.
Yeah, I
isn't it?
think we're all right. You know, he's
In that case, yeah, then I'll leave it at that.
cool. That's it then. Let's ready up. Oh yeah. Always like to see double resources fly into my hand. Oh, this is good. This is good. I've got a good hand next time. Okay. Well, it's not even next turn yet though, because it's the villain phase. So he's going to get 2 threat on the main scheme. He goes up to 5. He is going to attack me, but he's not because he's stunned. He is going to attack you. Do you wish to defend?
I will Spider UK, put him in the way. Obviously, it is indirect damage, so anything over 1, I'll have to
Put onto yourself, yeah.
Spider, yes.
So, but it says when he defends against. So see, he does his trigger actually happens before he takes the damage as
Yeah,
well.
so as soon as I've initiated the defense, he'll take.
So he takes 2.
and then we'll see. Obviously, we'll go because the base is 2.
So 2, just for 2. So it's 1 to Spider UK, 1 to you, which resolves Surging Sands. So it's 1. And then 5 cards off the here.
Does he get removed from play now, or is it at the end?
It'll be now once he's taken the damage. So
So in that case, I'm going to play. Oh no, this is a support. It's not an event. I read that wrong. So it could ignore me.
there's 5 cards off. He's nearly gone through his deck for the first time. So it is cards. My card is Tidal Sands. When revealed, place X additional threat here, where X is equal to the number of sand counters on city streets. So that is a whopping 7 threat on there. There's an additional encounter card. Pretty gnarly. What's your card, mate?
I have got the assault card. So I'm in hero form, so it means the villain will attack me.
Okay. Do you wish to defend?
Yes, I will defend for 3.
So 2, 3, 4.
And then I'm going to play Jump Flip. So it's a hero interrupt defense. So when you take any amount of damage, I can prevent 2 of that damage. And if I paid for the card using a energy resource, which I will, I remove 2 threat from the main scheme.
Nice. That was pretty good. Okay. And you can ready, can't you?
Yes, because it was an interrupt.
And you take no damage, which means Surging Sands does not happen. Wow. You're first player.
Yeah. So far it seems like Ghost Spider's got a lot of
Tricks.
You do this, and then you can do this to either damage the villain or remove the threat.
Yeah, they seem to be like a really good team up, actually.
So yeah, what I was confused about earlier, there's a support here which seems quite good for an early on. Could be either for leadership. So if you're a web warrior, you can ignore the card's resource cost there. So it would be 3, but if you're a web warrior, it's nothing. It's a support card that goes down. And then after a web warrior ally leaves play, you can choose a player and that player can draw a card. So if you're a web warrior already, you can put it in for 3 and then you can just keep drawing cards every time a web warrior leaves play.
Really
so
good.
for the Spider-Man decks that you're going to build for this, fantastic.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So my go's going to be short and sweet. So a minute, I'm going to attack for 2, and off the back of the attack I can play a thwart response.
Goes to 1.
So after Ghost Spider uses a basic power, remove 5 threat from the main scheme. So that will go in there, and then the main scheme will be cleared.
Wow.
So like I said, it's a lot of you can do this, but then off the back, clearing the threat down.
Yeah,
Doing some damage.
That's incredible.
And that is me.
Okay, what can I do? I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 for Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew. So she's a thwart 1 to attack ally. In fact, I don't need to play 3 because it says here reduce the cost to play her by 1 for each confused enemy in play. There's 1, so she only cost me 2. It's pretty good. 2 consequential damage though, which is a bit high for my likings, but she's pretty decent. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 for the Sky Destroyer, and it's a support. And it has response. After you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer, deal 2 damage to an enemy. I believe it sees itself because I've just played it. It says after you play, and I have after, so I'm going to trigger it and I'll do 2 damage, pushing him to the next stage. Oh, this did not go like this when me and the family played it the other night. It was a real grind. Okay, so Sandman stage 2, his attack goes up to 3. And it says when revealed, resolve Surging Sands ability on city streets. And the same thing, so force interrupt. When Sandman attacks you, that attack deals indirect damage. If your identity takes any amount of damage from that attack, resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets. 36 health.
Oh, this is doable. We're still quite high on health, aren't we?
He's to be fair, he's not done a lot of damage to us.
No.
At all. Well, that's because you're like blocking.
I have blocked a few bits, yeah.
And I've been tough twice. So we're going to resolve this. So we go here. So it's going to empty the deck.
Yeah, this is where it starts to...
The first player now takes 3 damage off hapless pedestrians.
Yes.
And this gets an acceleration token. So, because he emptied his deck, we don't reshuffle and carry on, so he's just literally emptied his deck. Well, what are your thoughts? Shall I try and get some of this down?
I think it depends what you've got there. So I suppose you have got the 2 thwart and then the 1 from the extra ally there.
Well, I was thinking of removing 2 of these.
Yeah, you said
Spider
remove
Woman.
2 rather than the 1 threat. That makes more sense.
I
suppose you could do a bit both then. Remove the 2 with Spider Woman and then Miles can...
Yeah, I think that's a play, isn't it? So I'm going to exhaust her, so that'll be 2 sand counters. And then I will thwart the tidal sands for 2. And that's me done as well, so
yeah.
Ready up. 1, 2. Okay, some stuff. It's the villain phase. He's going to get 3 threat on here now. And he's going to attack you. Do you want to defend?
Yes, I will defend. So it's defense of 3, so I'll block his base and then anything extra.
It's 5, the attack.
So I will play... I'm going to play Jump Flip again. I will be using the required resource. So when I would take any amount of damage, I can prevent 2. And if I paid with the resource, I can remove 2 threat from the main scheme.
So good. That is so good.
And then because it's an interrupt as well,
you get ready.
I get to ready up.
He's going to come in at me.
If you want, I can block again because I can.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm the protection, I suppose.
Yeah, well, if you're happy to,
yeah,
then
I'll block that 3, and then obviously anything extra.
It's going to be 4.
Yeah, so you'll. Well, I can if you. No, because Jump Flip is only when I take damage. So yeah. I'll just take the 1.
Okay, so it's going to trigger the city streets. So we discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like the theme. I like the way it just feels like the sand's flowing everywhere, and
yeah, it's just slowly building up.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. You get a card and an extra card because of tidal sands, and I get a card. So
lovely. So first card is a side scheme called Dirt Trap. So when defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets. Resolve it again.
Ugh. And it's got Crisis.
Yes.
That's gnarly. What's your next card?
Next one, another side scheme. So you cannot thwart this scheme. There's an alter ego action here. So you spend 2 resources of any type while in alter ego and remove threat from the scheme equal to your alter ego's recovery. If your identity has the civilian trait, you can draw a card.
Oh. So
it's quite an interesting side scheme, I think, there.
Volunteer work, yeah. Oh, ugh. It's got acceleration as well.
Yeah, and 3
Oh.
this is where you're going to have to come in now and hopefully clear these down.
Yeah, I've got recover of 4, so that's actually not undoable.
Yeah, I think I've got
And
recovery of 3. So.
he's confused, so that's not bad. My card is a sand clone. It's a 3 health minion. He's got 1 scheme, X for attack. The X is equal to the number of sand counters on city streets. When defeated, resolve surging sands. 5 attack.
Oh wow,
That's disgusting.
There's a lot of building up the surging sands now as well.
There is a lot of building up the surging sands, and it comes across to me. Well, I'd probably go alter ego and deal with this.
Yeah.
Because that needs to go. What can we do? I would really, really like to shoot him.
I think I may have to go alter ego as well, just because I'm on 5 health. However, I have a card here to heal us. So it's a team up for Gwen, Stacy and Miles. So we can heal 3 damage from each of us as an alter ego
Pretty
action.
good. Do I need to go? He's confused at the moment.
So if we're both alter ego, one will be confused and then there will only be 1 scheme and the main scheme's low anyway.
Yeah.
So it's up to you.
I think first of all, I will spend 2. One of which will be energy, and I'm going to do web shot. So deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you pay for this card using an energy resource, resolve your venom blast. So I'm going to do I could kill him and then venom blast him.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. I'll kill the sand clone.
That'll be surging sands, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a surging sands. So this goes up to 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then I'm going to do the 2 damage to Sandman, putting him to 34, and we'll stun him. He's stunned and confused. I'm going to spend Genius for a government liaison. So he's a support as well. So he's a persona shield. Hero action, exhaust government liaison, play a shield card from your hand, reducing its cost by, well, resource cost by 1. Seems pretty good, but I'm going to trigger the Sky Destroyer now because I played a shield card. I'm going to do 2 damage to Sandman.
Brilliant.
Shield take 2 counters off the city streets because that's getting troublesome. Well, I'm feeling if I stay in hero mode this turn.
Yeah, because he's stunned and confused, so if one of us is hero, one of us is alter ego, then he, on each one, he won't be able to do much. Really.
Should I just get rid of Dirt Trap? Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of Dirt Trap. So I get rid of this, because it's got a crisis, but resolve Surging Sand and then resolve it again is pretty grim. So there's the first Surging Sand, so that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is crazy. He's
burning through it quick, this go, isn't he?
He is. He's nearly gone through again. That's my turn over, mate.
Right. Card-wise, I don't really have a lot. I have the team up. Obviously, we're both not an alter ego. I have a defense one, and I also have one based on a minion. So
what's that card under George Stacy again?
That's to reveal a treachery and then deal 5 damage. Do you want me to?
I think we save that for a rainy day.
Yeah.
We'll save that till he's on 5 damage, and then George Stacy will just turn up
that'd be quite good,
with the police.
What I'll do then is actually I'll exhaust George Stacy and I'll put my jump flip in there, which is to block 2 damage, because that might come in handy just to play it later. And then, yeah, if I'm not going to do that, I don't really have a lot in my hand, so I'll flip. So I can spend 2 resources of any type to remove threat from them equal to my recovery. So if I spend these 2, and then I'll remove 3.
Nice.
So,
and because you're a civilian, you get to draw a card.
yes. Okay, I'm not going to do any of the actions on Gwen Stacy there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's ready up then. I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah.
You know,
It's my first protection play. I'm actually enjoying it. I don't think I would, but
yeah, like protection's a really funny aspect. I've never really gone. I'm quite like you. I just like shooting people.
Yeah.
So I'm normally like aggression or like leadership or justice. But there's a few characters I really like playing in protection. I love playing Groot. Captain America, I really like protection and stuff as well. So there's the odd character, but it's just a different way of playing the game. But she seemed really cool. So you get to protect
and then ready up,
and also when you're doing stuff, protecting. You're like, well, actually, I'm still going to do more stuff.
Yeah, I think Gwen and Stacy might be one of the only characters that I'll play protection and actually enjoy.
Okay, so it's the villain phase. He's going to get 4 threat on the main scheme, taking it to 5. He is going to attack me, but he's not because he's stunned. He's going to scheme against you, but he's not because he's confused. He is then going to give me 2 cards and you a card. So my cards are, first one, another clone. And then friends and family. While in hero form, increase the resource cost of each event you play by 1. Alter ego action, discard 1 identity specific card from your hand, discard this obligation. Oh no, Sandman's threatening my dad. And it's your card.
So I have a Sand Clone as well.
Okay, so they're quite horrible because I got 6 attack. They need to die. Okay. First play goes to you, mate.
Okay. So what I'll do, I'll spend 2 resources again to use my recovery to remove those 3, which will then remove that.
Draw a card.
And I get to draw a card.
That's really... I like that. That's a like really different thing. Different way of doing a side scheme, I think.
Yeah. So, I do have a play here that I'm debating. So, I've got a card here called Across the Spider-Verse. So it's an event, so I can exhaust a Web Warrior card I control, and then I can search my discard pile for a Web Warrior ally and put it into play, and then can choose a player, and you can repeat that to spend. If you spend 3 resources, you can repeat that ability.
That's well good.
I do have Spider UK in there, which is a Web Warrior. I know that.
Yeah.
I think I am tempted just to play that to get him back because it's a 2-cost event, and Spider UK is 4.
Yeah,
so
no, totally. You have to absolutely go for it. That
bring
sounds
them in.
awesome. I think,
I don't know if
unfortunately,
you've got one in the discard or not.
I do, but it's you,
Ah,
so I can't do it. But that's fine.
so yeah, I'll do that. I'll spend 2 and then play Across the Spider-Verse. So exhaust. Oh, sorry, I should have flipped first. So I've got Web Warrior out. I'll exhaust, go Spider, and then so it's a 3 cost. So I've saved a resource essentially and brought him back,
Nice.
which is nice. Now it's debating what to do next.
So what does this one do? This is a different one, isn't it? Spider-Man.
Oh, this is Spider-Man. Sorry, I brought the wrong one out. But yeah, I'll keep him out anyway.
You can check.
No, it's fine.
Well, it's up to you. What's he do?
So you can only play him if you control a Web Warrior card. So when he leaves play, you discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, and then you deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons. It's quite a good way to exit.
Yeah. So I'm going anyway.
Yeah.
I like that as well. He's got a guitar, so that's awesome. Cool.
So, he's got a 2 thwart and 1 attack, so I'm thinking more thwart, but then I do have the Sand Clone, but he's only 3.
See what I've got in my hand. Event's going to cost me more, so that's fortunate. I'm not.
Either way, the Sand Clone's probably going to be there anyway, so I might just thwart for the 2 to get that tidal sands a bit lower.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So I'll thwart. Or do you want me to remove? Oh, it'll only be 1 of the sand.
Just thwart some of this.
Yeah.
Because we can get rid of that. Like those extra cards are just they're going to rack up. They're going to sort of be
And then
problematic.
2 from that. And then I think that's me from it.
Right. So I'm going to spend 1 because I'm not going to be playing any events this turn. I'm going to play a web shooter again. I've fixed it. Stop clogging up with Sandman. I'm going to reduce the next shield card from my hand, reducing its resource cost by 1, and then I'm going to spend a web shooter for another. So I'm going to, for 1, I'm going to play Monica Chang.
Oh, wow.
So after Monica Chang enters play, search your deck, hand, and discard pile for a copy of Surveillance Team Support and put it into play. That seems okay. There's a Surveillance Team. I don't know what it is. Whenever I play any character in this game, I just always play these characters that have a million things out on the board. It's just like, oh, not too much stuff. So Surveillance Team is an oldie but goodie. So enters with 3 snoop counters. Action, exhaust Surveillance Team, remove a snoop counter from it, remove a threat from a scheme. That's pretty sweet. I've also done a shield card, so I'm going to do 2 damage to this guy. A bit of a threat control, I think. I'm going to try and keep this down a bit, because it's getting a bit out of hand.
Yeah,
so I'm
I
going to
agree.
use the City Streets ability. And I will, with Monica, she'll come in, take a consequential, but I'll finish this sand clone off for you so you don't have quite as much on you. And then we do the surging sands, don't we? So it goes back up to 5. 1, 2, 3. It gets another acceleration token. And you take 3 damage.
Yeah.
Might have to be Operation Hide Behind Miles Morales in a minute.
Well, I have brought Spider-Man for a reason. Hopefully he'll take one of the... This way it gets annoying, isn't it? Because it's indirect damage, so I can't just use that one to take the hit. It's got to go again.
It's going to go all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to defend, and we'll just have to sort of...
Well, when he does go again, he will do a bit of damage on his way out, I suppose. Depending on what boost.
Yeah, so what does he do?
So as he leaves, it's the top. You discard the top 3 of the encounter deck and then deal damage equal to the boost.
He might be quite good to block this sand clone.
Yeah. Well, it's indirect, so we can spread it amongst. It doesn't have to be him and then one. I reckon I can take. Well, I'm on 2, so maybe not.
Yeah, I think we need to protect you as much as possible.
I do. Well, hopefully when I draw up in a minute, I'll have a.
Anything else I want to do? I'm going to remove a snoop counter and get a threat off here. So it can be any scheme, 1 threat from a scheme, yeah. And
Brilliant.
then I'm going to, I think I'm just going to get rid of Tidal Sands because it is getting irksome.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of that.
Brilliant.
That's me, so it's ready. That resource cost of each event going up by 1 is annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. More, literally, I need a bigger playmat. I've got so much stuff. Let's try and organise this a bit for the obligation up there so it's clear. And allies here, there we go. It's a bit more manageable. Right. It's the villain phase. He's going to get 4 threat to get up to 9. He does whiz through it. He is going to attack you. I'll defend if you want. I'm happy to defend because I don't think you can take it.
Oh, it's indirect, so do you want me to do the one?
But the remainder would have to go onto you, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah,
because if
so
you
that's
defend, then you're now the target of the attack. So,
that's fair enough.
So I think I'll defend for 2, and he's attacking for 3, just for 3. So it's going to be 1 indirect damage. I'll put that on Spider-Woman, which I'm happy with. And then he is going to attack me.
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
So I've got a event here. It's a requirement. So the requirement here is the science resource. Can I use that? Right, that's fine then. In that case, I'll do that. So when an enemy would activate, cancel that activation. So it completely cancels it out there. If it's a minion activating and it's cancelled this way, deal 4 damage to that minion. So I've cancelled the attack and then obviously killed the Sandman.
So this is Sandman attacking me. So Sandman was attacking you and I blocked for you.
Yeah, I'm jumping ahead
But
of you.
yeah, that's cool. No, that's good. So he's now going to attack me.
Yeah.
I will. The thing is, these are just going to die, aren't they? I will defend with Spider Woman for 3, 4. So that's going to be 2, and then another 2's got to go somewhere. I'll take 2. And then this is going to attack me, and now you can do your
I'll do my web
your
binding.
shenanigans.
So yeah, it'll be 2, so it cancels the attack and then deals 4 damage because it's a minion.
Okay, and we do the stupidness on here again. So 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I know we get rid of lots of cards, but it's the third time we've seen that whiz round without hitting us, so I'm quite happy there.
Yeah.
You get one of these bad boys. I get one of these bad boys.
Hopefully, it's a nice one.
Yeah.
So it's a treachery loose ends. So when revealed, search the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area, and remove from the game area for a copy of your obligation. Reveal it. During that reveal, if you change to alter ego form, discard 1 random card from your hand. If your obligation was not revealed this way, the card gains surge.
You were going to go alter ego anyway.
Yes.
So I don't think this is actually that big a deal. So there's yours.
Okay, so Worried Father, the obligation for Ghost Spider, Gwen, Stacy. So search your deck, hand, discard pile, and play area for George Stacy and set him aside. Attached to this obligation to him. Alter ego action, exhaust Gwen Stacy and remove this obligation from the game. And that means you can add George Stacy back to your hand.
Right. So I do think, unfortunately, the 2 cards are under him
Are going to
go.
Right, so there you go.
He's a bit worried about you, Gwen.
So he gets set aside.
Set aside with this on him.
Yes. So then I'll go to alter ego.
I don't think it doesn't give you the
It
choice. It doesn't give you the
Oh no!
option.
If you're in, normally it would say you may flip.
Yeah. Again, I like that. They're switching up the obligations as well, not making them all rinse and repeat. So I like that. So okay. So you didn't change to alter ego. He's just really worried about you. Sandstorm. Deal X indirect damage divided among players, divided as you choose, where X is equal to the number of sand counts on city streets. Ugh. That's 6 indirect damage.
So it says among players, so that we can divide that between us both now, can't we?
Yes, we can.
So do you want him to take the 1, and then he'll do a bit of damage on his way
Yeah,
out?
that's
and
it. So we do 1, 2.
Do you want me to take 1, and then it'll put me on 1, ready to flip and heal?
You can. Well, we know that nothing else is going to hit you this round. So yeah, go for that.
Yeah.
So
I'll take 2 of that. So you've got 4 your end.
1, and then I'll take 3. So I'm quite low as well. So it's looking like we need to.
So we need to resolve this as well. So if you can discard the top 3 cards and then count the boost.
Oh.
So 4.
6.
So on his way out, that's not a bad.
That's amazing ability.
Considering his base attack's 1, he's there to thwart and take a bit, and then on his way out, that's when he
I love
deals
it.
the attack.
So 6 off 32 is 26. I like it.
We're getting there.
We are getting there, slowly but surely. But we are in a bit of a bind. We're both on quite low health. Okay, first player comes back to Miles. See, that's really good if he's stunned and confused, but he's not. I don't think doing 2 damage here is the best thing. So if I can get... Alright, use a web shooter for 1. And then I'm going to do... Exhaust Government Liaison. Play a shield card from your hand, reducing its resource cost by 1. So I'm going to play Jefferson Davis, who's a Persona Shield. Alter Ego action. Exhaust him. Remove a threat from a scheme with the least threat. As shield cards come into play, I'll shoot Sandman for 2.
It's quite nice to have that destroyer there, isn't it?
It's just sat there.
Slowly chipping away.
Yeah. I also can go 1, 2 for. I'm sorry if I butcher this pronunciation. Is it Ganke Lee?
No idea.
So he's a support. Action, exhaust him, draw a card. If you're in hero form, discard a card from your hand. I like him as well. I don't really like us both having to be alter ego, but I don't think we've got much choice this turn. I'll exhaust the Surveillance team and I'll remove a threat from the main scheme. I've got no allies either.
If we both have to flip, I was going to debate asking you this, but after I use a basic power, I can remove 5 threat from a scheme as this event. So I can just do a basic, either attack or thwart, remove 5 and then flip. And then I'll just have to heal at the beginning of my next go.
I think that's a plan. At least
that'll be lower for when we're both in alter ego.
Yeah, I'm going to flip back to Miles then. After you change to this form, shuffle 1 Spider-Man card from your discard pile into your deck. I think we need the tough.
Quite a nice little bonus, isn't it?
Yeah, I need which is the one that we want? This one. Defense mechanism or web shot? No, that's damage. That's it, swing in. I'm going to shuffle swing in back into my deck. And I'm going to use Jefferson Davis to exhaust him and remove a threat from the scheme with the least threat. Well, fortunately, there's only 1 out now. So that's that. And then I'm going to exhaust Ganka Lee to draw a card. And because I'm in alter ego form, I don't have to discard any. I'll just draw Peter Parker.
Very nice.
I can't get rid of this. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I can. Next turn. So that's my turn over, mate.
Okay. Do you want me to... I'll punch him for 2 and then I'll do the 5 rather than just do a thwart for 1 and then a 5. So if I attack for 2...
Yep, so 22.
So after I've used a basic power, it's a cost of 2, so put those there. And then remove 5 threat from a scheme. So that's that gone. So that clears that down, ready for us both to be
nice.
in alter ego.
And can that ready you as well? Because it says hero response.
So it's got to be an interrupt or response ability on an event. Yeah.
So
yeah,
boom, you can ready.
So and then that will actually help, because then I'll be able to
go back.
Then I'll just...
I think recover, yeah. Well, he had a lot of threat and he has less. I'm happy with that. So let's ready. Am I going to be able to play Agent Carter? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, that's good. Right, the villain phase, 4 threat. Goes to 6. He is going to scheme against me for 1, just for 1. He's going to scheme against you for 1, just for 1. I think we got lucky there, mate. That we like it. So he hasn't gone any further than he was before. My card is Rhino. He is steady. 3 attack, 8 health.
Nice elite card coming in.
Yeah,
there,
lovely. 8 health. His attacks gain overkill and piercing. He can go away. Okay. I think I have drawn 1 too many cards. I have drawn 1 too many cards. Put 1 back on the top of my deck.
Right, and then I have got another Sand Clone. So they all seem to be coming in with quite high attack at the minute. 6 attack.
Yeah, I think it's a real balancing act, isn't it? Like damage, you need to do damage, but equally you need to get stuff off there. You can't forget about that, can you? Because it's just going to come around. Yeah. Well, he's nearly gone through again. So it's back to you.
Right.
I don't know if you want to recover again before you go back
I was thinking of recovering. If I recover for another 3, and then I'll flip. This is quite nice now because I've recovered it. As long as I play a interrupt and response, I can then ready up as well, which is quite nice.
Yeah. I like her a lot. I think she's good.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this upgrade down. So this is the web bracelet. So it's a hero response. After you resolve an interrupt or response ability on an event, you exhaust the web bracelet and get to draw a card.
Nice. So she's too cool for the
yes,
the substandard web shooter. She's got to have something special.
So and then I think what I'll do next is I'll play Silk. So she's a 1/1 with 2. So after you play Silk from your hand, if you control another Web Warrior card, search the encounter deck for a treachery and discard it. So obviously I am a Web Warrior, so if you want to find the nastiest...
Well, there you have a look, mate.
Yeah, depends what's in there, I guess. So there is one in there. So if it was revealed, you're not allowed to ask for help. But it's to place one acceleration token or exhaust a character you control. There's a Rhino card in there, so you can scheme with a +2, or if he's not in play, you can bring him back. Or there's the Sand Slide, where you place 2 sand cards on city streets and then resolve the surging stands. So it's between those 3. They all seem quite...
Just pick one. They all seem quite bad, just pick one.
I think I'll go for the Now or Never, just because it is the 1 acceleration token or exhaust counters quite
Sure.
strong. And then obviously it's a shuffle this quickly.
I should be able to take off 6 threat from the Hapless Pedestrians this turn as well.
Oh, brilliant.
Shield are going to come along and give us a hand.
What I'll do, because Silk is a 1/1, I'll move just one of that.
One of those, yeah.
And there's only one, but it just helps a little bit.
Oh, totally. And it doesn't deal her any consequential damage, which is quite key.
And then I'm exhausted. I didn't play an event this turn, so that is me.
Cool. Right, let's see what Miles can do. I think the first thing Miles can do is get 4 health back.
Yes.
Right, I will... I'll draw a card off Gankali, which is the card I accidentally drew by mistake, so, you know, everything's okay now. Let's do some Homeland Intervention, which is an event. It's going to cost me one more, isn't it? Right, before we do that, I think, unfortunately, I'm going to discard Swing In to get rid of Friends and Family. And now I can play events without them being increased in cost. So I'm going to play Homeland Intervention, which is a shield tactic card. It's action, exhaust up to 3 shield cards you control and choose a scheme. Remove 2 threat from that scheme for each card exhausted this way. So I'm going to exhaust these 3 and take 6 threat off the main scheme.
Brilliant.
That seems okay. After you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Just got to make sure I don't. So I need that, that, and that to play for him. Yeah. What do you think? 2 here, 2 here, or 2 here?
I think Rhino just
Because
he needs to go.
Because he's insanely tough. I'll go to Spider-Man, and I'm going to go. There's a science. There's a physical. There is an energy. I'm going to play Peter Parker, who's a 3-cost ally, a 2/2. He's also a web warrior. He has a requirement. So energy, science, and physical, you must pay those to play him. So you can't cheat him.
Yep.
After he attacks or thwarts, choose another web warrior character. Ready that character.
Wow, that's brilliant.
So I'm going to attack Rhino for 2. And then I'm going to ready Miles. That seems okay.
Yeah.
That seems really good. I'm going to exhaust the web shooter for 1. And I'm going to play Power Within, which is after your hero uses basic power, discard Power Within, resolve Spider-Man's Venom Blast ability. He's steady, so I can't stun him easily, but I could just kill him here. I could attack him and then Venom Blast him.
Yeah, and then he's gone.
Yeah, let's do that. So, bang, bang, bang. 4 damage to Rhino. Off you pop to the discard part. That's my turn as well. I'm done.
Yeah, go for that.
Like, the shield stuff's like it takes a while to get going, but once it's get going, that's a pretty, you know,
Yeah.
6th threat for 0, 2, 3. I've got an encounter card because I've gone through my deck. And Peter Parker just seems insane. Like that's a great ability.
Yeah, especially if there's just one consequential on each, and it's a 3, so you can do that 3 goes essentially as long as you're not using it to block.
Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. Okay, so I've gone through my deck. You've nearly gone through yours as well.
Yep, one sat there waiting.
Right, villain phase, 4th threat on the main scheme. Goes back to 6. He is going to attack you. Do you wish to defend?
Yeah, I'll put Silk in the way so you can take 2 and then I'll take the rest.
Okay, so 3, 4, 5.
So that'll be 2 on that one, and I'll take 3.
Okay, so it resolves the ability on Surgeon Sounds at 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the Sand Clone is going to attack you with 6 attack. I think I'll throw Peter Parker in the way, unless you've got
That's
something.
alright.
Yeah, unless you've got something you want to do.
I have protection cards, but they're just to heal, so
Okay.
I can't use them yet.
Right, Peter Parker gets mushed by a Sand Clone. And then Sandman's going to attack me. 3 base. I didn't draw the rest of my cards either. Let's do that. I think I'll defend. 3, 4, 5. So I'll take 3 to 5. And then this goes off again. He's on 7. There we go. Another acceleration counter.
Building up.
Yeah, we need to start getting some damage through to him, don't we?
Yes, the damage seems to be put on hold for the past few goes, really, isn't it?
That's probably because you played all the really good response cards.
I do have a Ghost Kick, which is 6 damage after a basic
Nice.
attack.
Well, I'm on 5 health here, so this is a bit rickety. Hopefully he doesn't attack me. I think I forgot to use, I can't remember if I did or not now. Never mind. Okay, so we've done all the attacks. He is going to give you a card and then me a card. What's your card?
Calling in favours. This is one I was worried about.
Oh,
Rhino.
no!
So Rhino schemes with a +2 scheme. If he's not in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Rhino minion and put him into play, engage with you.
He was on the bottom of the deck as well. There's Rhino.
So we got rid of him, but he's back.
Okay, that's not nice. Right, my first card is Common Criminal. It's got Surge, 1 attack, 0 scheme, 3 health. Alter Ego action, spend a fist resource to deal 3 damage to Common Criminal. If this minion is defeated this way, choose to either draw a card or remove 3 threat from a side scheme. I quite like that, but he's got Surge, which I don't. Friends and family, oh god, here he is again. So, all my events are going to cost 1 more, and then I've got another Common Criminal. It's a Crime Wave, who also has Surge. And I've got Sand Clone. Oh my goodness, look at all these baddies.
I don't think this is going to go on much longer, if I'm honest.
Okay, I'm first player.
Enjoy.
Thanks. Well, we're gonna spend 2 for swing in. Did I pay for a science? No, I need to pay with a science resource, which I can't do. I can't confuse him. Let's have a think first before we do that. Let's rewind slightly. I'll exhaust Gankali to draw a card. I didn't draw a science resource, and then I have to discard a card from my hand. I'll discard this. Well, I could just do that actually. Yeah, let's just do that. So I can't do the confused part of swinging it. So I'm going to do Homeland Intervention again. So that's going to cost me 1 more to play though because of the so increase the resource cost of each event you play by 1. Exhaust Government Liaison to play a shield card from your hand, reducing its resource cost by 1. So I'm just going to negate the Friends and Family with the Government Liaison here. I'm going to play the Homeland Intervention. I'm going to exhaust 2... So either whether I use this for damage or not. I think we just get rid of all the threats. I'm going to have to go Alter Ego. I think we're in a bit of a position where we both really need to go Alter Ego again. I'm going to spend 1 for each event. There's another event as well. So spend 1, 2, because I've got to pay 1 extra. I'm going to play Double Life, which is max once per round. Action, change your form. If you paid for this card using a fist resource, ready your identity. I did. So I used Global Logistics. So I'm going to go back to that, and after you change this form already, I can shuffle a Spider-Man card into my deck. So I'm going to shuffle in Swinging. At least these don't scheme.
Yes.
I'm going to discard another Swing In to get rid of Friends and Family. Home, I'm okay, everything's fine. Recover, go back to max health.
Brilliant.
I could change back to Miles, but it seems not.
I think with the amount you got there in the scheme, yeah, just keep it scheming.
Yeah, and his
It
scheme's only
matters.
1. His scheme's only 1 as well, so it's not.
And we've got no scheme on there.
Yeah, we managed to do with all
threat on
that.
there, so I think I may do it as well at the end, just to.
Yeah, we've just got to risk it for
He's got a
risk.
Furious Hack, and then obviously
Yeah.
that's going to have
Totally.
a lot. Okay, so I think I've not been paying much attention to the dizzying reflexes. Some of that I've overlooked, obviously being my first playthrough.
Yes.
So I've actually planned a good one for this.
You've read the cards.
So what I was thinking, I'm just going to go all out on Sandman just to try and get that health down and just forget about Rhino and Sandclone for a minute.
Well, if you're going Alter Ego, then yeah.
So I'm going to do a basic attack of 2.
Down to 20.
I then have Ghost Kick, so it's a hero response attack after Ghost Spider uses a basic power, deals 6 damage to an enemy. So that will all go to Sandman.
Sandman's face. So he's on
It is
14.
a hero response event, so after resolving a responsibility, I get to ready up.
Nice.
And then after resolving a responsibility on an event, I get to exhaust
And draw a card.
So,
And you get one of these for your troubles.
Yep, which is brilliant. Just a quick shuffle.
I think these 2 characters are fantastic.
Yeah, I think I needed to pay a bit more close attention to the dizzying reflexes. I could have done a bit more on other goes, but the cards alone are brilliant for Ghost Spider.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've done so much damage to him. Like, considering you're a protection character,
Yeah.
like, you're literally, like, battering the hell out of him. And Miles just seems really good. If you can get that camouflage and Venom Blast off.
So I was going to use this card to heal and ready. However, I just drew another Ghost Kick, so I can just do the same go again. So it will be a basic 2 attack, and then
So down to 12.
yeah, and then after Ghost Spider does a basic attack, do another 6 damage, and because it's a response event,
Limit once per phase,
yes.
unfortunately.
No, that's fine.
But
Always
you
forget
have
to
just
read-
punted him to
Yeah,
6.
and then I'll finish.
Go and hide. Don't run back. Where's George? I'm going home.
Yeah, not bad. We're nearly at the end, I think.
We just got to. Well, I think if we can get to the next.
As
turn,
long as we survive this, between us, I believe we can do the 6.
I think we can. Let's ready up. Let's draw. 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah. Unless the world ends,
Yeah.
I think we've got this. Okay, so it's the villain phase. He gets 5 threat on the main scheme. That's an insane amount of threat. He is going to scheme against me for 1. And then he's now got sand form. That's slightly annoying, but
It is a bit annoying, yeah.
It's
Especially at this
slightly
phase.
it is. So he schemed for 1, so this goes to 6. The common criminals have got a scheme of 0 because they're running around stealing from people. The sand clone also schemes. He's going to scheme versus you for 1.
Yep.
2. And another 1 here.
And then mine is a nothing, which is nice.
So let's just keep our fingers crossed. So I get a card, you get a card. My card is the villain schemes, of course it is.
Of all the cards,
1.
all the time.
Just for 1 though.
Okay.
What's yours?
Right. First card is a side scheme. When defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability.
Oh, that's
Does
the
have
dirt
crisis.
trap. We
Yeah.
don't care.
Doesn't matter for the moment. And then Sand Slide. So place 2 sand counters on city streets, then resolve its Surging Sands ability. If at least 1 Sandman card was discarded this way, you are stunned.
Ugh.
I'm going to guess a Sandman card's going to be discarded. If
Well,
we discarded
there's
that.
9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9.
Top. So yeah, I'm stunned.
That's problematic. Like it's all. Oh,
I do have some allies which are going to come out, so I can do a bit of...
I think I can. If you can't, I think I can. Because none of these have guard or anything like that, so his 6 health is wide open. It's your turn, mate. You're first player.
Okay, right. Let's think about this a minute. So I just want to check something, because I obviously play a lot solo. So this one, I can play it under your control.
Yes.
Well, in that case, I will give you 1. Just because it is a max 1 per player, because I did, luckily enough, draw 2, so I'll discard that one. And then I'll give myself 1. So we both basically have just a free...
I love it. Look at the
Discard a
artwork
card.
as well. Look at the artwork.
Yeah.
Spider Ham just having a nibble.
I did have 2 allies, however, they cost too much. So I'm going to exhaust, discard 1 card at random.
So you need to be a hero to do that.
Sorry, I should have done that first. So let's start this go again. I'll heal for 3. Then flip. Give you yours.
You're
give
stunned,
me
aren't you,
mine.
as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discard, exhaust, and then deal 2 damage to Sandman.
Okay, so
Just got
discard a
nice.
random card from your hand.
Yep, did that with Silk.
Okay, so 2 damage, which is going to get rid of Sandfall.
Yep.
So he triggers this. So he goes to 10. If any of the guys can buy the same token are watching, we need some, we need some 5s and 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards discarded.
Ooh,
Right.
hopefully.
I got this. I got this. I'm just gonna go. Hey. Yeah, I'll go 2 miles. And I think I'll just kill him. There's something I could do it in many ways. I'm going to use energy for a web shot, which is 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using an energy resource, I use 2. Resolve Spider-Man's Venom Blast ability. So I'm going to do 4 to him, taking him to 2.
Yep.
And then I'll Venom Blast him out.
Brilliant.
Boom.
Yeah.
That was
perfect.
awesome.
Yeah, really enjoyed that.
Yeah, like I was really sort of reticent before sort of playing, like having seen my son play this the other day. There's your Plan B back.
Yeah.
I was kind of reticent. I was like, I don't know. It seems to like all revolved around Shield, and it seems like if you don't get it going, it's not very good. But once it's all out, you just like remove 6 threat from a scheme, play loads of cards for free. I actually think it's quite a nice, different take on Justice. And well, your thoughts on Gwen?
Yeah, it is a protection build. I didn't really use a lot of protection in there, but her basic cards. Yeah, I used a bit, but I really enjoyed it.
And the allies as well. The Web
allies
Warrior
are good.
allies are fantastic.
A lot of it is you do this and then you get to do that, which is always great.
Yeah. No, that was fantastic. So that's our first foray into Sinister Motives. We hope you liked it. If you did, we'll be doing some more on the channel soon. I think Taylor's going to, well, you're always gagging for a
Yeah,
game of
always happy
champions.
to play.
So I think next up we'll give Venom a run. And we'll maybe, I don't know, do we evolve these decks a little bit, give them a tweak?
I think so. I think we'll keep the two characters, but maybe we'll tweak the decks a bit just to our liking.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, If you could leave a like, that'd be much appreciated. And if you would like to be notified when we release new stuff, then hit that subscribe bell. That's it for now. We'll see you on the next episode.
See you later.